Hello and welcome to November Craft number 3. This week we are getting into Thanksgiving turkey mode. So we are making a turkey craft. We are making footprint turkeys. Now, Miss Erin's feet are just a little bit bigger than probably most of your feet. So my turkey filled up the bulk of my page. Your feet won't quite be this big, and so your feathers won't look quite as small, but I have a big foot, so I have a big turkey. So you can cut your feathers a little bit larger if you are like me and your feet are a little bit longer, or you can cut them short, you can cut them long. I have a mix, as you can see here. I also chose to simply outline and color in my foot, but if you are being extra adventurous and you have brown paint either left over from your squirrel craft, or if you have brown paint at home, you can do a footprint and put paint on the bottom of your foot and step down. If you are going to do that, I suggest laying your feathers down first and then applying your footprint on top. Also, a note with this craft, it is very important to save your scrap paper from your feathers because we will be using the scrap paper in the next craft. So, stay tuned and I will show you how to make a footprint turkey. Step 1 is tracing the foot. Once my foot was all traced, I went ahead and drew on the eyeballs and the toes of my turkey, so I had those as placement. Here I am drawing 3 feather shapes. These 3 ended up being a little small, and I went later and cut bigger ones. You also saw that I cut a little orange nose out that I will use later. To cut them out, I laid all 3 papers on top of each other and cut all 3 colors at the same time to save a little bit of time. Here I'm just lining all of my feathers up, and this is about when I realized my feathers were a little small because my foot's kind of big. So I did start to go and was going to glue them down, and here's where I decided, let's cut a couple more feathers. So out of my scraps, I did go ahead and cut 2 more sets of 3 feathers. And again, like the smaller feathers, I kind of placed these ones around on my turkey to get an idea of where I would want them to go before actually gluing them down. As you can see by the purple glue still on my picture, I glued my feathers down once I got them into the perfect position. I now am coloring in my turkey. If you had decided to use paint and do a footprint instead, now would be when you actually do the footprint part, and everything else would have been just kind of loosely putting feathers down where your foot will be eventually going. It's better to put the paint down on top of the feathers versus the feathers on top of the paint. Writing a little message, gobble gobble, and my name and when I made it. So that is our turkey. As a side note, don't throw the scraps away. We will be using those in our next craft. So make sure to save those because we just need a couple little pieces. Why not recycle?